just because I've been seeing a lot of new metas come out and new characters being actually better than they used to be. So I thought it'd be fun just to rank the best agents from S tier to D tier and say what my thoughts are nowadays. Let's get into it. The first one right now is Breach. I would say Breach is a solid A tier right now. Maybe even S tier depending on the team and the composition you're running. Just been seeing a lot of pro players play Breach. Next up is Brimstone. I would say he's above Breach, but I don't think he's an S tier smoke because like I would say Omen's better than him. So I've been seeing him played a little bit in pros, not as much as some other characters. His Brimstone pack, the little pack that goes on the floor, that is really solid for rotations, even pushing sites. I would pick a Brimstone over a Breach. Okay, who the plays Cipher in 2022? I haven't seen a single Cipher made in the entire VCT because he hasn't done shit in the last like 3 patches, bro. Now Jet is an interesting one because people will say she's viable, but I don't think she's as viable as other duelists, if not any duelist. I almost feel like she's like a B tier character now. Like her dash, still one of the best abilities in the game, but it's either you're an insane Jet or you're absolutely dog shit, and there's no in between. For that reason, I would put her on B tier. Now Killjoy is one that I feel like is a good character in ranked, but not a good character in pro play. I would say she's above Jet, probably between A and B tier for me. The next character is Omen. He is an S tier smoke, and I've been seeing a lot of Omens picked in VCT. Omen used to be a really bad character and everybody was asking for the buff. Now Phoenix, if this was last act, I would say D, but since he got his buff, I've been seeing a lot more people kind of just play him as a flex duelist. I think that Phoenix is probably an A tier duelist now. Moving on, S tier, Raze. Although her ultimate is kind of bad and her nade doesn't kill all the time, her character kit as a whole, I think she's an S tier duelist for that. On top of that, like she can stop an entire push. Now Reyna, now this is gonna get some controversy. I think Reyna is the worst duelist. Reyna has nothing for her team. She is a full-blown selfish duelist character. The only thing that she can do is throw her flash, and her flash is nearsighted. It doesn't even do anything. If you're looking at VCT, I haven't seen a single Reyna the entire circuit. I would say Sage isn't really good for ranked either, and I've only seen 2 or 3 Sages recently. She's right below Jet. Actually, I would say she's above Jet nowadays. The slow and the wall are the 2 good abilities that she has, and I feel like, yes, her res is great too, and her heal is great, but the heal just takes forever, whereas like you can pick a Skye and get your entire team healed. Moving up next, I would say Skye is an S tier. She has great flashes. Her dog has great info. Her ultimate's a great ultimate. You can get info on any site. She just is a really, really, really good agent overall. Now, Sova is an interesting one because he used to be like a really, 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 really good character to play. Like the whole VCT, I have not seen one single Sova. Is because we have better info characters now. Sova's probably a B tier now. Viper is S tier. Even though she is considered a lineup Larry character, lineups on Viper are one of the most important parts of her kit. If you don't have a Viper on Breeze, you pretty much lose. Next up, I really think Yoru is actually becoming meta. He literally has every part of his kit that could outplay a lot of the people in the pro rank. And I've seen some really, 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 really good Yorus, but I low-key think he's top of A tier. In pro circuit though, I've been seeing a lot of Astras come into the game now, like on Ascent and in different maps like that. Next up, the KO. Now, I would say KO is almost S tier. A lot of it comes down to his abilities. He can stop an entire push with X, his ultimate. He can stop an early Viper wall. He's a Viper counter, essentially. He can tell where people are. Now, Chamber, let's talk about the most broken character in the game, okay? Chamber mains know this too. Even if he got nerfed, he'd still be better than 95% of this goddamn roster, okay? Chamber is literally the most picked agent I've seen the entire VCT Pro circuit. You have to have a Chamber. Now, Neon was kind of surprising. I kind of thought that Neon was a C tier character. Recently, I've seen Neon become more played in the pro circuit and everything. I saw 3 Neons today. I would say she's probably like right above Phoenix or right below Phoenix, somewhere in there. Neon is kind of like a flex character. Like, I feel like she's like you need her for this is specific, but her movement is insane. And then let's talk about the second most broken character in the game, Fade. I don't think she's OP. I think she's just broken. Her util, how fast it goes, how much of it she has is all just like kind of OP. A really good agent. She's built like a Skye and has the util like Breach, and she has a Sova dart essentially. Her comboed with anybody else on this list, you literally could dominate an entire lobby just by using your util correctly. This is my tier list. I think this list is pretty solid. If you enjoyed that video, watch this one next, and don't forget to follow the Twitch down below. See you there.